low performing items while you have it set on the out of stocks, because it'll then prune your out of stocks from items that haven't sold, you know.
Oh, okay.
And then like I said, you're chopping down at that total number of out of stock items on your store, but you're keeping the ones that sold.
The inactive thing of the store, I only ever see it on when I'm looking at on my store on my phone. It'll show like inactive. I don't even really ever see it when like through my PC's browser. But is that anything to be concerned about? Should I be going in and like delete all of the quote inactives, or what's the situation?
Yeah, they're basically drafts because you can repost them, but they're just
mainly ended items though. Yeah. You know, so it's like what I do. I think Jensen's talked about it too. It's like for whenever I run the CSV tracker, I'll move them out of stock because those items might come back in stock. You know what I mean? I'm pretty much moving them out of stock for like until I'll let it build to like maybe like 2, maybe 500, and then super high, because like I said, those items are now dragging your metrics down. You have 500 items that are out of stock and they're not selling. You know what I mean? So eventually, go back and prune them down. You'll find items that are always in stock on Amazon. Just replace them. You know what I mean?
Stat whatever are you talking about that you let it get up to like around 500 before you go and you put it?
Number of out of stock items, like when you run the CSV tracker and it's like moving them out of stock. So when you run the CSV tracker, you know how it's like set items to 0 or end them. Yeah. So it's like if you end them, it's just going to end the items, and you'll be constantly always adding items to your store. But if you set them to 0, to just move them to 0 and essentially make them out of stock on your store.
How are you seeing that?
You go into your active listings, it'll literally, you click status at the top, like where you can adjust the settings, and there's like a button for like out of stock or something.
Okay, yeah, I see.
And then like I said, then I'll just do the EcomSniper big red button at the top, and items that aren't selling, and I anything with less than 2 views, if they're out of stock and they don't have any views and they don't have any sales, I don't want them on my store. I only keep the items that might come back in stock and have sold.
So that was a good tip. So I didn't know about how you can use this exactly how many you have out of stock. So I have 1.7K, which I think is the exact number of the inactives too. But there's no way that I would be able to differentiate between the out of stock that I want to keep and the out of stock that I'm going to let go. So next time I do CVS, I should probably just set it to where if it's out of stock, just end it.
So no, right now what I would do if I was you is I would do that end low performing items while you have it set on the out of stocks, because it'll then prune your out of stocks from items that haven't sold.
Oh, okay.
And then like I said, now you're chopping down at that total number of out of stock items on your store, but you're keeping the ones that sold. Like I said, set the limit to anything with less than 2 views, prune them all. Anything less than two views in one sale, prune them all. You know what I mean? Or maybe do next up it. Do anything less than 5 views, because you know that they probably sat on your store for maybe 2 weeks. Yeah. That's how you level up. Exactly. Like I said, just make sure your items are like, you always want to be having your metrics good, and having especially that many out of stocks or something, that'll definitely slow down sales. Like I said, that contributes. That still contributes to your total click-through rating, your sell-through rating, everything. Those items still are actively because we're on your store. You know what I mean? They're still active listings. They're just out of stock. People can still click on them and see them and look at them, but they can't, or they could add them to the watchers list, but they can't buy it,
Yeah, I noticed even a few out of stocks can just tank your store. So,
and like I said, so even if they're out of stock, so every time somebody just, they see that it's out of stock, it gets pushed down the list. And then when you do boost my listings, that actually revises your listings and shows eBay that you pretty much touched all of your listings. Turning off and on the offers. And now that item will be back at number 1 on the list, acting it like it's a new listing.
So when you do, I've been doing that since I think it was you.
You could even probably just keep clicking. He pretty much keeps clicking it. Like all of a sudden he's like, bro, every time I click it, I get a sale. I'm like, that might be some new sauce. We never.
Typically when I do it, I leave on the offers because I do typically like to get offers, but I didn't know. So it's good to go ahead and do it once with the offers on, and then do 2-3 times. Once with offers on, once with offers off, and then put them back on.
Yeah, you just turn them off and back on. Like I usually do it at the beginning of the day, and like right when I wake up or whatever, I just set it.